we were created to collaborate. We were created to help each other continue to go up levels. And I have a saying, your who is greater than your how, right? So many of us want to reverse engineer everything. Like, how do I launch a business? How do I, develop a real estate portfolio? Or how do I get into becoming an author and a public speaker? That should never be our question. We should always say, who can help me? Who can help me get to, they're further down the path. And, once I started quit being a lone wolf, once I started quit being that unhealthy alpha and started looking at things from a broader perspective and saying, you know what, I don't have it all figured out. I don't. And the minute you can admit that, that's a vulnerable statement. The minute you can say I'm perfectly flawed, the minute you can say that guy or that girl is better than me in this aspect, I want to learn from them, but I'm going to get back. That's when you become better together. In SOM, our ethos is one team, one fight. Or we always say shield to shield, shoulder to shoulder, right? And the point of that is, in any relationship, when you both have that connection and you have connected through adversity, and it's been shared adversity, and you've worked through conflict, and you're willing to tell people what you need to hear versus what you want to hear, that's where that energy comes from. Because you can count on the person to your left and to your right. Mm-hmm. It's not a surface-driven conversation. It's a very vulnerable, deep, purposeful, intentional, not conditional conversation. And so that's what I mean from that topic, that, there are a lot of lonely men in this world. There are a lot of lonely women too. Mm-hmm. And as we continue to go through life, you continue to get more and more lonely because, let's face it, the majority of people's networks are terrible. They're not strong. They are not surrounding themselves with high caliber individuals that are humble, that are hungry, that are smart, that are developing a life, not just for themselves, but for others to benefit too. And that's what I mean. It's just, you can only go so far by yourself. You can only go so far by yourself, but there are still so many men out there that are running with their boys from back in high school. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Some of them guys could be extremely successful. I don't find, I'm not running with my circle, not because they're bad guys, but life changes, life evolves. And it really goes back to, what kind of vision do you have? And it's the law of the mirror Maxwell preaches a ton. And that's where that connectivity and growth will come from. And that's where you'll see, you can take all the courses in the world. You can be a part of digital courses, go to a Tony Robbins event, and Tony will even say it himself. There's no way Tony Robbins is who Tony Robbins is without him surrounding himself with people better than him to help him go up to another level, right? Mm-hmm. Why not do that with your own personal life? Why not do that with your marriage? Why not hold your wife's hand or your significant other's hand like you did the first day you met them, right? If you want to continue to grow your income, which no one teaches about in financial, everybody will teach you how to budget and cut and all that. Well, who's helping you grow your income? Who's helping you create passive income? Who's helping you develop memories and create everything that you always dream of, right? That's what I'm talking about. Be the tide that lifts the ship, not the ship that's on the tide.
Gotcha. That makes sense. There's a lot of men out there that I would say, and I used to be one of these guys, that have no circle of friends. They have no one that they hang out with other than their immediate family. And I was like that. I would if I wasn't at work, I was at home, and I didn't have any friends. My wife had friends, and I would just hang out with, her friends' husbands and stuff like that, but they weren't my friends. And and
that's what I was talking about.
What's up, brother? If you like this clip, go back and listen to the full episode. I guarantee you'll love it. Visit my channel. If you haven't done so already, subscribe now. If you prefer to listen to longer episodes in audio format, the podcast is available on all major podcast platforms.